Welcome to Ask Adam. This is where I'm going to help you text. My name is Adam, and I help men date confidently in today's world. Here is what he messaged me on Instagram. We're going to call him Guy to leave his Instagram tag there anonymous. He said, "Am I able to ask your opinion on a text I sent? I met this girl through friends at a club, and she was being flirty, touchy with me, and I told her I had to get going, but I asked her for her phone number, and a day later, I sent her this." And then here is the text that he sent. He is the purple, pinkish, and she is gray. So go ahead and take a look at that for a moment. See if you can see anything already that you might have done differently. Now, to start here, the story you told me about how you met her, she was, touchy-feely, and then you said, "Hey, I got to get going." That's a great move to not hang around her all night. So that's an excellent way to eject, to get that, next step of getting the phone number. The only thing I would say that I would do differently, and I actually liked how you started this, you're not so good but charming instructor. That's good. And I blurred out his name. He didn't want me to mention it. But I like this opener, personally. I thought this was pretty good. It was pretty kind of clever. You didn't take yourself too seriously. The one thing I would do differently, if possible, I always try to give women my number. Whether it's online dating, through social media, in person, I try to give her my number first, because what happens then is you give her your number, and then if she texts you, you already know she's interested. Game on. Now you can just play the 5 principles. You'll be good to go. But if you get her number, now you have to make all the guesses. You have to put the effort in to start texting her. You have to read her signs, figure out if she likes you or not, and all that. It's so much easier if you can give her your number and it shows you're confident, because you're like, "Hey, here's my number. If you don't text me, oh well." So she kind of gets that sense of confidence from the start. And I know a lot of guys go, "Well, it's a man's job to get her number and you should pursue her and all that." Well, you know what? There's a lot of stuff that you're told that's just bad advice. And I'm going to say, if possible, always give her your number first. But for the situation, and since you had her number, I like your opener. She responded with, "You mean Mr. Disappear." And just note the time that she took to reply was 6.5 hours later. Now, number 2 here. This is huge. And anyone that has read the 5 principles of texting women, you already know what's wrong here. This is the classic mirror texting. You're putting so much more effort in than she is. So now, regardless how good your night was, think about in the present moment now. From her perspective, you started out this texting her, so she knows you have interest in her. That's okay. But now she replies with 4 words. "You mean Mr. Disappear?" She didn't put capital letters on this. She didn't put any punctuation. You can tell she intentionally made it just kind of look like, "Hey, I didn't really care. I just barely responded. Low effort." At this point, women that have a lot of options, pretty women that are going to have guys coming after them, she right now is already putting out a test to see what type of guy you are. So you put more effort in to get her phone number. You sent the first text. She replied with 4 words, and then you come back and reply with this. It doesn't even matter what the heck your message says. The underlying message of what it says is she barely put effort in. You keep putting way more effort in. Now think in her mind. Does she see you as a guy that is hard to get? Does she see you as a guy that other women want? Or does she now in her mind go, "Whoa, why is he working so hard for my attention? Why is he trying so hard when I barely put effort in? He must not get women very often." Regardless if that is true or not, it doesn't matter. You see the underlying message is what is important. That is why I don't even care what you wrote in this. Just seeing that part, the difference between effort, is a huge no-no, because from the start now, you sent her that message. It's so much harder to come back. Again, if you're sitting here already going, "Whoa, this is only the second or third message, is already, complicated," get the 5 principles of texting women, and then all of these videos will make so much more sense, because you will have that foundation to build it on. 3 here, this is me replying to him on Instagram here before I decided to do a video. So he said, it's been over a day since I've gotten a message back. So right here, I even mentioned, hey, I liked your start, but you rushed way too quickly into asking her out. And you took all the game and chase out of it, which women love. He said, interesting. So in your opinion, how soon should I have asked her out? After 10 messages? And I can't give you any of those. Like, that doesn't... It's all about the women women are different. Every human beings are different. So that is why the 5 principles of texting gives you the blueprint of how to read your conversations. Like mirror texting, you're looking at the girl you are texting specifically. Some girls are ready to be asked out after 4 messages, some after 25 messages, but it all depends on how you play it and really noticing how the conversation changes as you go. So I cannot give a 10 message rule or any of that. It's all about reading her signs. Okay, now anyway, she just texted me, I leave for LA this weekend. Then she said, maybe Thursday. So let's show you this text here. She said, I leave for LA this weekend, maybe Thursday. Number 4 here. When a girl gives you a maybe, I don't like this. Maybe Thursday? So many times in my life, women will give me, like, the maybe Sunday will work. Oh, maybe I'm free. I'll get back to you. And here's how I've learned to play it. You take this advice or don't, but that's fine. If a girl gives me a maybe date now, I do not take it. All right, because think about what she's saying. She's going, maybe I'll hang out with you if something better doesn't come along. But I'm giving myself an out because I'm really not super into you. So if a girl gives me a maybe option, what I do is I would take a long time to reply, and I was like, hey, sorry, it sounds like we're both pretty busy right now. Let me know when you're free, and we can set something up. And I would leave it at that, and I would never text her again because of how she's texting me. That's what I would do if she gave me a maybe. But for the sake of this text, let's keep playing it. Right here, nice. Yeah, Thursday works. So again, go back to the message you sent. You started texting her. You asked her out. You put a lot of effort in when she put a little bit in. So you asked her out. She gave you a maybe option. And then now she's saying like maybe Thursday. And now you're going, yeah, Thursday works. And then this is what I circled, the exclamation point. Because of how, now I'm not saying that all the time you have to look at exclamation points and all that. But again, when you're looking at the entire message you've sent her now, from getting her number, going after her, putting way more effort in, asking her out, and then you put these exclamation points in, yeah, Thursday works. You see how the way I'm reading that? Thursday works. I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited because, man, you're so much cooler than I am. I like you so much. I'm going to keep asking you out. I'm going to make all of my schedule available for you because I can't wait to see you. All right, I'm being dramatic there, but that is the sign that can be sent to women. Like when you go through their brain, this is some of the things they pick up on because they're very socially calibrated. They really pick up on these reading between the lines of what your message is actually saying to them. This is why, again, with pickup lines, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, the tone, all of that. This is the energy of your conversation that I talk about. Too much energy. She's going to be too like, oh boy, he's coming on too strong. Women get this all the time and they have bad experiences. So then when they see these signs, even if you're a super cool guy, which I'm sure you are, because of other guys, they have this bad experience and now she's going to want to not hang out or be very skeptical. All right, and then here's what happens. So my old supervisor is coming into town tomorrow and just let me know I can't pass up seeing an old friend, unfortunately. So, she flaked. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that you're bad at texting at all. I really am not trying to say this. Almost every conversation that I see where a guy loses the kind of attraction or a girl flakes on him, there's a reason for it. So I'm hoping that you're seeing this as a learning experience, not that you're doing things wrong, because no one told us how to text. So don't feel bad about this. Just notice this should be exciting for you because this is just 2 texts that you sent me, right? Out of just 2 texts, look at this 5 things, and I think there's going to be one more I'm going to talk about here, that could go better, which should just show you if you're not getting success with women right now, look how many opportunities you have in every single text to make it better. Instead of getting down, anyone watching this, if you're like, crap, texting's way too confusing now, this is scary. I'm not trying to do that. I'm actually just look at it the opposite way. Wow, man, if I just did a few things a little bit better, my entire conversations would go so much better because of how much there is that you can learn from this. This is where we're at so far. And again, remember, this is only 2 texts, but here's exactly how I would do it. Again, take my advice or don't. I would just reply with this. I would take a long time to respond. I would reply maybe 8 to 12 hours, in the minimum. I would reply maybe a day later even, like depending on how much you can hold out. And I would just, because you want her to get the message that, hey, you're not going to always come after her like this. You're putting the brakes down so she doesn't have to put the brakes down. Because right now, you're coming at her full speed with your gas pedal. You're asking her out. You're coming after her, trying to hang out with her. She's pumping the brakes because you're not. So if you start to pump the brakes now, you take a long time to respond. This is the only shot you really have to start fresh again. I would reply with simply this. Cool, have fun, with like a thumbs up emoticon. I wouldn't do the exclamation point because it's not like, cool, have fun, like that energy. And you don't want to be like, oh, you flaked out on me and like try to penalize her for that, because then she's just going to go, God, grow up, dude. Like you turned me off and now you're going to get angry at me. That is the worst case scenario, is if a guy now goes, oh, you're too cool for me. Like they try to like guilt her into it. That grosses women out worse than anything. So the best thing you can do right now, cool, have fun, thumbs up. You're trying to play it off like, oh, no big deal. You're not trying to show you're angry, but you're also not trying to be like, cool, have fun, awesome, I can't wait, have a great. It's like a lower energy. So cool, have fun, enjoy yourself. And then literally, I would not text her ever again until she texts you again. Because there's a good chance right now she might have already just gone, this guy already met me and he's already coming after me. She deletes you from her phone. She has no second thought. She moved on. That's one very real possibility. There's nothing you can do in that situation to get her to like you again. It'll just annoy her. So the only other option you have, number 2, is what we're hoping for, is that she still has you in her phone, and what you're going to do is respond, cool, have fun, thumbs up, and then you're just going to let it sit. And then it might take 2 days, it might take 4 days, it might take 2 weeks. She might go, that guy at the club, he was pretty cool. He hasn't texted me. He hasn't been like blowing up my phone. Like, maybe I should give him another chance. And then she might go, hey, how are you doing? And reach out to you again, and she'll give you that second chance, but you gotta wait. All right, there you go. Hopefully that helped. Again, I'm not trying to scare you, but there's just so much, and I can't teach anything better than the best that I know. So I can't let certain things go. I'm being really nitpicky with this because I want you to have the gold standard to look up to. Because if you're always shooting for the top, then if you make a few mistakes, you're still sitting at like a silver medal status. You're still going to be so much better than other guys that she experiences in her life. So if we shoot for the top and you don't reach that, that's fine, because you're still going to do great. But if I just was trying to sugarcoat everything, then, texting would still continue to be difficult, because it is for most men. So I'm always going to try to give you the top advice. I'm going to be honest, and I hope that you can receive this with an open mind. Again, if you want some help, my private members, I always go to you first, but anyone else, go ahead, send me an email at support@textingprince.com. And if you want to learn how to text women and have a whole plan so you don't have to remember all these different things and these little things, instead of you just understand how to communicate with women, get my ebook, The 5 Principles of Texting Women, and then you'll be able to use these principles in your own situation so you won't have to send lines.